case I get told out by Jim over here. Thank you all for attending, including everyone in the back stalls here. Just your attendance today shows a commitment to advancing management, I guess, within Australian industry, but probably 10 years ago simply wasn't there. So thanks for all attending. I know you're all busy. Jim, well presented. The course material is excellent. It goes along at the right pace. The opportunities to the 3 different ways that we can access the course information. I found I travel a lot to be absolutely essential in today's busy world. So yeah, very well done. My manager, for his involvement goes a lot further. He was a participant last year, and of our group of 4 people in the central region, all 4 of us now have completed this course. So again, it just shows Andrew's determination to make our company come into the 21st century, kicking and screaming, I might add, as far as business management goes. So yeah, thank you, Andrew. Alexandria and Gary, conspicuous by your absence. Thank you very much. I've lent on both of you during the course, and I hope to see you next year. Fellow participants, we've had some pretty lively discussions, and I think most of us at first thought that our little groups together was going to be painful, but after the first couple of sessions, I just found it was pretty relaxing, and we could all get along with each other, and the 4 hours that we spend every 2 weeks together wasn't painful at all. It was very enjoyable. So thank you all for your attendance and your help along the way. Best learnings, again, everyone will mention, is the SMART goals. Putting process and clarity into that is essential, and to be able to have the tools that LMA can now give us, and we will download furiously in the next 2 weeks, having those tools available to keep that on our desk, on our desktop, depending which generation you come from, I think is essential for me personally to develop. Yes, I've set goals for other people, but there's never ever been that clarity or definition behind them. I find that is probably the most important thing I'll take away from it. Initially, maximising performance was extremely important for me. We learned that in Module 2 and it progressed through until mid-year, and then we applied that to our team. I don't have a team reporting to me at the moment. I've had contractors reporting to me, but I can't spend any time with them. But I will be in the very near future having a team report to me again, and generally in maintenance, in mining and maintenance, they tend to be large teams, and I will be taking all of that maximising performance tools and knowledge with me to achieve that. Again, the decision making and problem solving matrix and tools, similar to the goals, we all set them and we did them and we committed ourselves to them, but having that process to put in place for clarity in the future, I think it's just essential. That is another second best one I'll be taking with me. Obviously all of this, as I said, will be transformed into my new team. Applications and benefits for myself, clearly defined expectations. We all know it's required, we'll again talk about it, but it's driven the message home. It's driven the message home. It's a very good way of putting it. And it really upsets my wife now. For the team, I did have an adopted team that I went to another business that I knew very well, potential clients, and adopted some of their people. The position description clarification that we started off with that was a bit of an eye-opener actually. It was a small business. They had position descriptions, but it probably took about at least half a day to find them. So to drag those off and dust them off and give the guy, particularly one fellow who I was working with, the confidence to go to his manager and say, well, this is my position description, and after we'd spent 2 hours working on it, he went back to him and said, this is what it actually should be because it reflects my role, and to go through that change so that he could speak to his manager on those more level playing field, I guess, and start insisting that his position description be changed, was the very first step in him gaining confidence in his role as a supervisor. He went on further and he's still to this day communicate with him on a regular basis, and he's really taken the bull by the horns on this, and has gone through and increased his personal effectiveness in the business. It's noticeable, and his managers commented on it as well. Company-wise, there is still some resistance within our senior management as far as developing our management team goes. It's, I guess, also a cost that is attached to any courses that we do. However, now with the 4 people in the central region, led by Andrew, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to hammer them into submission over the next 12 months and bring them dragging and kicking. So the tide is turning. Transformational changes to attitude and behaviour. I think I already mentioned some with myself. I can't apply them now, but I will be applying those to the next team that I'm a leader of, which I'm hoping will be in the new year. And we do have large teams in maintenance, so the benefits to be gained can be multiplied 3, 4, 5 times, because we quite often have a team of 15 to 18 people that we're responsible for. The best analogy I found that Jim and the course presented to us is when a team works together as if they're each directors of a board. That's when you know you have achieved a lot. When the people can sit down, whether it's 6 or 8 or 10, your team sits down and can work together constructively, effectively, efficiently, then that sharp, the slight edge, which we talked about initially quite a lot, becomes a very sharp, slight edge. Say that carefully. And can be used really effectively. That team then functions together as a team. I can't say I've actually worked with a team of people where that is the case, but I now have a goal. I now know what I'm looking for in the next team that I work for. And with all the skills that we've learned, we have to put them into practice. Whether it's communication, good thing I got my thanks in first. Return on investment is, I'd estimate about $250,000 over a year is what I can justify that figure. Given that stage 2 of our the goals that Andrew and I are working on currently, that's times by factors. When we achieve that goal and bang some heads together within our company, it'll be many times that. That'll do. Thank you all.